Greetings everybody, this is Sabin Dimitrov coming to you with another fun video, and I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of the second screen that you will mostly be seeing throughout the game. There's two main screens in the game, and the first one is your main title screen of the video I just released, and the second one is the combat and exploration and interaction screen. So throughout, the Kasatan event and your homeworld event, there's going to be multiple, what do you call it, differences that are in between both those screens, but also most of them are similarities. Right now, because I'm doing this video in the Kasatan event, we're going to be doing the video based off of that, but then once the Kasatan event ends, then I'll show you guys what the main homeworld looks like. So right now, pretty much this is where my arc is. It's very awkward, because there's like a billion arcs everywhere, but what we are trying to do is push forward into the main center area of the map, so that way we can capture it, or at least give the enemy a hard time. So there's a little tab right here at the left of the screen. This little sucker right here. And when you hit this will be your guild mark screen, and this is the same thing that you will see back on the home planet. And this will be stuff that your guild leaders or guild mates can put as a point of interest, and you can have a total of up to 6 of them. And yeah, it's actually a really cool little system that is set up, and you have the option of being able to have 6 different choices. This is a focus on the enemy, or focus on a certain point, or move all your soldiers there, and you can even change it to be like let's just say moo, because why not? Moo. And there we go. There's a point of interest. This little sucker right here. And it shows up as moo. So we're going to delete that so people won't be like, what is going on here? And with that little tab, you can also have a thing called all assemble. And then there is the next target, so that you can start different people you want to attack or watch over. Then there's a safe zone. So for instance, let's say that you're there's an area where you and the other guilds say you can't attack people, and they can't attack you as long as you're in that zone. And then there's a attack target where you can tell people to attack stuff because it looks like bullets. And then there's a defense target where, let's say someone is about to be attacked and you don't know where they are, you can reinforce the defenses inside the guild, and that will be able to allow you to do that. Now, as you guys can see, the bottom row of the this entire bottom section of the screen remains the same, except this little portion right here. At the very bottom left of the bottom right of the screen, if you hit this, it says map, and you go to planet, and if you hit this again, it says Ark. So you hit Ark, and then that makes you go back to the main screen. So then, one of the really cool things about this is that, you can actually coordinate with your team and figure out what is going on. And let's say your enemy tells you that, let's say that your teammates tell you that one of your allies' arcs are not shielded. So you can actually go to this point, and you click on the message itself, and you go to. And that will teleport your view screen over to where that target is. And one of my allies does not have a shield, so my friend Paladin is letting that guild know that the arc is unshielded, so that way they won't get blasted. And you can always keep track of what is going on your home planet, so that way for your guild, so that way there's quick response times. And then let's see, there's a little tab up to our left which is called the X and Y. And since the game is a hexagonal formatted board, you have the X and Y axis, and you don't. And because it's a 2D plane top down, you don't have to worry about a Z axis. Because if you had to worry about a 600 by 600 by 600 cube, that would be a lot more difficult to deal with. So so right now I am currently at 309 and 258, and you can go all the way up to 600, like I said before. And 600 is a long way away. And that is this furthermost point of the map. This is a much bigger world than the world that you have back at home, because there's a lot more players on it and a lot more servers. So you can type in, if someone says go to 125 and 358, you can type that in and it will take you to that exact point. And that will allow you to find the target that they are talking about, because you can't always share stuff. Like, let's say there's a greenhouse that you want to attack, or there is a monster you want to... Well, actually, the monster's okay, but there's certain things that you can't share on the map. So you have to type in that coordinates into the chat and tell them, what that target is. And then you hit this little search symbol right here at the top. This little sucker right here, and then that will take you to that point. And then next to that, on the right of that little magnifying glass is your Ark's fuel. And if you click on that little radiation symbol, it gives you a explanation. Moving your Ark requires fuel, which will slowly refill over time. Next point of refill is in 4 minutes and 21 seconds. And it'll tell you how many points you can move. Now for me, I can't move all the way across a map. And usually you only have 400, not 424. During the Castle 10 event, you can break the normal boundaries of the game, because you can invest resources and stuff with the guild to further enhance the abilities of your Ark and team. So once this reaches full, that bar turns red, and that will mean you are at max fuel. Unfortunately, fuel doesn't roll over, or else you would have like 100 bajillion fuel. But that's okay, really, because usually you don't have to go to and fro into different points everywhere every single day on the hour. So you are usually okay. And now there's a really cool thing at the right hand of the screen, next to the gold bar, that's called Bookmark. And the Bookmark is kind of cool. And you can have, if you find an enemy, let's say this is a bad guy, and we don't like him, so we hit Bookmark, and we can have him either under favorite, friends, or enemies. So I'm going to mark him as an enemy, and then my friend over here, Sir Allington, who's a very dear friend of mine, I'm going to put him as my friend. And then if we go to the Bookmark tab, we have empty, and then we have the enemy tab, which is this guy, and you can either edit or you can delete it. So if you click on this with your finger, it'll take you to that exact point. Or if you want to see your friend and you tap on Sir Allington, it'll take you directly to him. Or if you want to go to your favorites, our guild fort is usually at 200, 300. Or if you want to go to our interplanetary expedition fort, you hit this bad boy. Now what happens is that if one of your points moves or gets destroyed, then that automatically deletes it off of your list. When you click on it, it says uh-oh, Bookmark has expired. And that's a little troubling to deal with, which is understandable, because if you had a constantly updating Bookmark on someone, you'd always know where they were, and that would be overpowered. So it's a good thing that the game developers didn't have it so you can have like a bookmark of one person and be able to see where they are at all times of the day. That's kind of poopy, if you ask me. And like it is, the bottom toolbar is the same as it is before, and except the arc, which goes to the map if you click on that, and stuff like that. Now there's a thing called versus on the right of the screen. This little sucker right here. And if you tap on this, oh, for a second. So you see these small this small hand, these two hands put together. This means you are helping out your team, and if you click that, you have helped out your teammates who are building stuff or researching stuff or healing stuff. So anyway, back to the verses. If you click on the verses thingy, you will have the thing called Ace of Galaxy, and Ace of Galaxy is a wonderful simulation where you can use your arcs, or your arc hull, and your armor, and your equipment, and your skills, and all that, and research for your stuff, and fight against other captains without losing anything. And the more that you win, the more you actually be able to do that. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Sorry about that. So anyway, when you go over here, let's say that, for some weird reason you don't have, your soldiers in there. So for me, what I do is that for me personally, I always put down my Rogers first, and I hit the auto deploy. But I don't want Rogers to have the Ether de Jin, which I showed you guys before, because the Cyan Shuttle and the Origin are the best for Rogers. Usually, you want to do Cyan Shuttle in the first row, and then Origins on the back row, which will optimize Rogers' ability to hit hard. And then you have Vega, which just takes up all the rest of the soldiers because he's great for attack. And then you have Dragon Slayer, who picks up all the slack. But for me, I want her to be able to hit a little harder, and I don't exactly like how the game divvies stuff up. So I just do a quick little move around like that, and you're all set. And speaking of that, if you hit this little tab right here, this little sucker right here, if you tap on that, you can have 3 formations which are saved. So that way you can do any specific task quickly and on the dot without having to manually set it up. And that is really good when it comes to fast reaction times in the game, because sometimes a single second is all that you need. That can either make or break you. And then next is this little tab right here. This shows a chess piece. So if you click on this will be saved equipment loadouts. And if you click on these little exclamation marks right here, it'll tell you all the information about your armor and equipment and the skills that are associated with each piece, and whether you have the 2 sets or the 4 sets or the 3 sets or the 5 sets accumulated. So if you don't have the prerequisites of the item that you need, then that's going to remain grayed out. But if you have the full set, if you have 2 sets, it's green, and you have 4 sets, then it's green. So it kind of gives you a little up-to-date information on your armor. Now my Vega has 999.3% full attack, like I showed you guys. So he has some wicked stuff on top of him. So let's say you don't usually have let's say you only have like 2 armor layouts, and you don't really care too much about switching out equipment. And you want to just swap out your commanders here and there and stuff like that. You can do that. But for me, I just have them on there as a reminder of what each commander has, because short-term memory is a little bit difficult thing to deal with. But anyway, so yeah, you just do auto-deploy. You just put these bad boys like that, do that, and then do this, and boom, like that, and you're all set. And as you guys can see, the defense prize happens once every 7 days, and that is usually after the Sunday. Apparently in this game the week starts on Mondays, not Sundays. But yeah, I have 17 successful defenses this week, and that is very, very good. So anyway, like I said, you can go to the challenge page, and this is the Ace of Galaxy. Like it is, the Ace of Galaxy has a small little question mark next to it, so in case you ever forget, you can either go to my video, or you can go to the developer's little explanation page. And then if you hit the store button, and you have like a whole bunch of these little suckers right here, these little tokens, you can buy items throughout the game, which is really, really cool. And yeah, you can buy a whole bunch of different items and really cool stuff that you might want in case, you know, you are running out of a certain thing. Now for me, I usually just save these up until like something essential comes by. So I'm soon going to have about 100,000 of these, especially if a endless event comes up. Endless events give you about 25,000 per run if you get past level 200. So anyway, let's say you want to go against a commander, go against an enemy, and these are all the real names of the different people you are fighting. Now, unfortunately, you can't see their layout, so let's just say that, let's say I want to fight Alamo 210. So, we're not going to skip the replay, so we're going to hit the challenge, and then you can see the loadout of what you have. Now, unfortunately, they hit me pretty hard, but I'm going to show you guys my shockwave. My shockwave came in clutch and killed them. Now, this person's going to be very difficult to fight against because, oh, never mind. It's a huge commander, but they didn't win. Sorry, this person cheap shot me because I had one column of my guys cleared out, but, you know, we still got ourselves taken care of, and, you know, this shows that we win. Now, Rogers always comes in clutch, and I always make sure he has the fullest layout of soldiers possible because he can usually win for me when Vega can't. Vega can take a hit, but Rogers is a person to go to when you want longevity and survivability, while Vega is primarily a one-slot busting mean boy. Now, let's say you want to just skip past a battle. You can hit this little skip replay slot, little checkbox, and you hit the challenge, and it just does it immediately. And let's say we go against this guy. And unfortunately, we lost against that one, but we can go against this guy, we can go against this guy, we can go against this guy, and we can go against this guy, and, you know, we can kill this one. But unfortunately, this guy is going to be pretty much impossible because Hancock is a really tough commander. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to refresh on that. But yeah, that's just kind of how that works. And if you hit this little triangle, it will take you to the page of, you know, what is the Ace of Galaxy competition. And here's all the information. And you can pause the video here if you want to read through it. But, you know, the developers are actually quite nice about, you know, giving you the information that you need. And then if you ever have more in-depth, if you have more in-depth questions, you can hit that little tab with the agent on there, and then you can send your messages to them, and they'll get to you as soon as possible. Right now, there's a Chinese festival going on, so they can't get to you right away, but they are usually pretty good in getting back to you pretty quickly. And they even helped me out when the game accidentally purchased a pack, and then I asked them, hey, that can't do that. And they're like, oh, we're sorry about that, and they fixed that issue very quickly, and they were very helpful in that. So I appreciate the developers being very quick to handle my situation, and they made everything get resolved, and all my problems were taken care of. The developers are very nice, and as long as you treat them with respect, they are more than happy to help you out. But do remember, the developers are hard at work trying to make the game better. Now, you know, it kind of follows the pay-to-win game, but try your best to treat the developers with respect, because it's still a person that you're talking to. You're not talking to a machine. And, you know, the people there are happy to help you out, just as long as you are respectful. Because, unfortunately, game developers sometimes get some real nasty, mean people talking to them. But yeah, I mean, that kind of fills out the main portion of the screen, of the secondary screen. But there is this little option right here, which is this cool little search for things tab. So if you click on this, you will have options to search for things. So since we're in the Casa 10 event, this means that we have everything 15 and up for monsters, and then everything level 11 and up for resources. So usually is everything 20 and down when it comes to your home planet, your home world, home server. So as you guys can see throughout, so as you guys can see, the Nightmare level 16 slowly turns into a bigger, meaner monster when it hits 19, and then a meaner monster when it hits 20, and then a Chimera as it goes up, and then last but not least, the level 25 mean Chimera who has a pretty substantially sized slot of enemies. And then the same thing with the greenhouses. You can search for anything, and let's say you want to find a nearby Chimera and you don't want to look around. You hit go to, and then boom, there's the enemy. And let's say I want to murder this thing. Boom, it's dead. And then now my soldiers will be... Oh, so there's a little tab that pops up, which has a little walkie-talkie on it. This little sucker right here. So if you click on this, you can see your soldiers up there, and this will show you what your current marches are, or how long your arc has to get to that location. Now, there's 3 different options that you can click on there. There's this little red arrow that says return, and if you hit that, it says, are you sure you want to cancel your attack? But for me, I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to hit that little red X. Then there's another option that shows this little map icon, and if you hit this little sucker, it shows you where your soldiers are headed to. And then there's this little 3 persons troop button. If you hit that, then that is the shows you how many soldiers you have, what they are, and tells you what level your commander is, and whether you have a black hole bomb that is equipped or not. So for me, I have 724 and 5 slots of the Origins, and then I have 727 Ether Djinns, which are fantastic for Vega since he's a 1-slot commander, and they have exceptionally high attack. And then you can also speed up the march, which is this beautiful yellow tab right here. And if you hit on that, you can either purchase them from $199, $399, or $699. Now for me, I don't usually do this very much. But as you guys can see, I have a victory report, and now my Vega is coming back with my soldiers. But yeah, you can. For me, gold is easy to come by now because I've done everything else, so I can just easily just hit this little button here and make it go quick. But let's just say I want him to go 50% faster. So in let's say 1 minute and 10 seconds, boom. Now it's 65. Now it's at 35 seconds, and there we go. Now it's half the time that it would be. Now this time, if you hit the button, this little map icon, it takes you to where your soldiers are. So only when you are returning from a battle, you get that. Oh, and then what happens, what I clicked on is this little mail icon. And you hit that, and then you go to the report, and this was your newest report. And the newest reports are usually highlighted in blue. And it tells you that is a new message, so that way you don't lose track of the stuff that you have. And as you guys can see a complete layout of like what you got. It's a victory. I got 1 magazine, and then this is my equipment versus the enemy commander's equipment, and it shows you where the battle took place, and it shows you where you are from. So anyway, and then you can go scroll down. It shows you the level of the enemy commander. It shows you what their rank is, and then you can go see what the battle results are. And I lost nothing, and they lost all their soldiers, 2,340 Reyes. They only have 2 abilities because they are level B commander. So it's a full metal jacket and sonar, and I have 5. Quick replenish and all that. And then it shows their technology, and you keep on scrolling down. And yeah, then it shows guild, and it shows guild. So if you fight against another player, like this guy, then it'll show you in comparison what you have. So because I fought against their Vega, you know, here is like it's a battle outlay. I fought them with my stuff, and they lost their soldiers because they weren't able to hurt mine. And these little arrows mark who is higher on each side of like who has better stats. I have better awakening airship stats, which means this guy does not have a max out awakening airship. And as you guys can see, my technology is superior to his, but he has better infantry attack and better infantry stuff since he does more infantry-based stuff instead of me, and more walker-based stuff. But for me, most of my stuff is better just because, better or equal because, of the stuff that is there. And since my guild is superior because we've had this guild for an incredibly long time and we focus on our guild heavily, that means we are better than his guild is when it comes to technology, and that is a really good thing. So if you want to check out all the stats of your attacks in the game, you can do that. Okay, 26 minutes. That's not bad. So yeah, so then you can check what happens when your soldiers get back, and it shows you the new items that have come into your inventory. And there is an event coming up tomorrow, which is a Monday event. And if I remember right, we can actually pull that up. Where is it? Command Center, Energy. Let's see, where is it? Unshielded. Mop up time. Let's see. Where is it? I think I can find it. Everybody, nope, not that one. Mop up time, donation event. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Thank you, thank you. It's almost here. Here we are. So Wednesday event, and this is what Chick usually sends out to us. It says, "Congrats all. Sorry for daily email. Please hold your donation till guild events start." And this is kind of the layout that the developers have for each event. So the daily events are Saturday and Sunday are hunting days where you attack enemy soldiers and you get points for how many soldiers you kill and how high tier the soldiers are. And then Monday is a leadership event where you use magazines to increase your commander's leadership to help your guild get a higher place overall. But you want to do that after the mid-level reset. Not the full server reset, but the mid-level reset when the guild event starts. So you want to hold off until the later afternoon to do that. And then for Tuesday, it is killing monsters. So you go around and search for big monsters to kill, and you kill as many of those as possible. I think it's up to level 13, because that's monster soldiers, not actual troops that are higher than level 13. So it's 13 and under when it comes to monsters you're attacking. And then Wednesday is the keyring soldiers and full donation. So let's say you lose some soldiers in a battle, you can heal them and increase your own individual rank for healed soldiers. And then after the mid-level reset or mid-level refresh, then you can do the Ooh, okay. So some of my soldiers just got completed. And then you can do the donation of to your guild tech that I showed you guys earlier in the last part. And then Thursday is the increasing power event. So you can do increased soldier power, commander power, or research power. But really, that one is kind of hard to keep up once you get to the higher levels. So, in all honesty, just train some soldiers and call it good. Like, just train some Yetis. Those are the cheapest way to increase your power, and, just easy to do that. And then last but not least, Friday is an actual training event, where if you train as soldiers, that'll count toward your ranking. And like I said, I think you want to wait till the server midday refresh that will allow you to help your guild do better. But always, don't be afraid to, check, with these little tabs on here and see what you have. This is the individual event right now, and the time left for this is 8 hours, 20 minutes, and 3 seconds. So if you hit details, it shows you how to get points, and it tells you what each soldier gets. And it says kill one shredder or kill one seagull, and if you keep scrolling down all the way to the end, if you kill one ethereal or one of these big boys. Now remember, it's airship at the bottom, walker at the middle, and infantry at the top, and then airship walker infantry, airship walker infantry, airship walker infantry, and you'll notice a repeating pattern, because I don't know. I mean, I guess I can understand why they do that by soldier type, and not just points, and that kind of actually makes sense. It makes it easier for you to understand. But yeah, like if you manage to kill a tier 12 of the enemy, that's a nasty hit, and that's going to do a huge amount of damage against the enemy. And then you can go to the rankings and see what level you are at. I'm currently ranking 117, which is not very good, but like I said, it's kind of hard to get a solid fight in Kazakhstan because you could get zeroed very quickly. Zeroed means you just get absolutely annihilated and you lose everything. But yeah, WAI has some nasty, huge players in it, but Captain Caveman, part of my guild, must have gotten some really mean kills and been going ballistic on the tile attacks. So congratulations, Captain Caveman, you are representing our guild well. And then you can do the history, and this tells you what those scores are from like the time periods at the very bottom left with those red numbers. And you can see what the rankings are. But yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of cool, and it helps you and your guild. And then with the guild, it does the same thing for the Saturday events, and we are actually 20th out of a whole bunch of other people. And then this is a history again, so it's pretty much the same thing, but guild-wise. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Yeah, let's quickly get these little suckers. Help my friends. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the more tab. Where's the here we are. 32 minutes, okay. So if you hit the daily rewards tab, this usually automatically pops up once the main server daily reset happens. And it pops up to this screen first, then this pops up second, and then you can go to link rewards, and you can link using your email and get a small reward for it. Because it helps your account stay safe in case something happens. So always screenshot your user ID number, your email, so that way if anything happens, and also your Ark name and the world you are on, so that way in case anything happens, the developers can help you get your account back before your shield runs out. And you always want to have a secondary means of communication with your guild, like Discord or Line Chat or Facebook or something, so that way if something bad happens and you can't get into your account, you can message your guild to protect you until you can get back into the game, and the developers can help you. And sometimes the developers can actually reverse the damage the enemy has done to you, especially if the damage is out of your control. And like, let's say the game crashes, and for some dumb reason you lose your account, and then your ship gets blasted because of it. If you have sufficient proof for it, sometimes the developers can actually help you get your stuff back and reverse what was done, and hopefully get most of your stuff taken care of. And then we can go the mega slots, and it's either the mega slots or the super vending machine, and you can do your stuff here, and the more you do, the all that kind of stuff. And this is the explanation page for the mega bonus thingy, and it's interesting. Pretty much, long story short, you hit it once. So this one goes all the way up to $29.99 for regular, or you can hit the plus 10, hit the times 10, and it goes up to 30k gold per round. But for the normal one, it just goes up to 3,000 gold per round if you do the times 10. But it's actually quite interesting. You have to hit it 5 times before you can do the times 10. But it helps you save a lot of time and worry when you're trying to just use gold and get some gold back. In the early game, this is more useful, but in the later game, once you have everything, this is just more a way to just dump gold and get some rewards for using gold and get some gold back. Then there's a power-up option, which is pretty much the same tab that I told you guys about in the previous video, where it takes you to your Ark and your War. So this is like another way to get to it. Then there's the leaderboard, and the leaderboard kind of tells you who's the best at what's going on, and the weekly, and then the overall. My ranking is not bad considering, how far I am. So I'm quite happy with that. And then our guild is doing really good right now. With all these, with the weekly and overall. So that's really good. GWU is a really good guild, and we are actually first place in power, and that's really, really good. So I'm very, very proud of my guild for all the hard work that we are doing. And remember, guys, you don't have to be the best in the game. Just do your best and help to the best of your ability, and then the guild will fill out where you can't help out. Remember, you don't have to be MVP, but also don't be a slacker. Just do your best, have fun, and always remember, it's just a game, and, stuff is replaceable. Then if you hit your account... I'm going to have to blop that out, but pretty much... if you hit the account button, it will take you to your sign in and sign out and stuff like that, And then you have your redeem point where you can hit redeem, and you could enter an 8-digit code like AOW 55555 567 and you can hit that. But unfortunately, right now, they don't have any codes for you to get right now, but usually that would give you a small bonus. And then you have help. If you hit help, it takes you to all these different little things that you can click on, and that will help you to be able to, find the issue that is troubling you. So let's just say you're having trouble with your Ark, and you type in Ark. What's the use of moving my Ark? What is a Ark trade market? And you can go search through a whole bunch of these different pages that the developers have set up, so that way they can that way you can find your answer. And if you still can't find your answer, at the top of the screen next to my battery level, there's this little agent option that you can find, and you click on that. That'll automatically switch you over to here, like normal, like I told you before, and you can ask them a very more specific question. So this is the options menu at the next option, and there's different things that you can click on. There's you can turn off the music, you could turn off the sound effects, you can turn the confirm gold expense on or off, so that way it's a reminder, so you don't just randomly purchase items. So it's like an extra level of confirmation, so you don't screw yourself up and use gold without meaning to. They can use the chat translation, which a lot of people are from Russia or China or Japan or Korea, and so you want to have this on, so that way the game automatically translates their speech into your language that you use. And then the push means push notifications. So let's say your Ark is about to be blasticated by enemies. The game will say, hey, enemy soldiers are marching toward you. Get on the game and defend yourself. So you can do that. And then there's an option that says contact us, which takes you to the help page. Then you can hit language, and it can tell you languages. And like I said, for me, I use English. And these are all the other languages that you can use. And then please choose which language to translate the chat from. And you can have all these bad boys ready to go. And I'm very happy that they have Bulgarian, Good job, game developers. A lot of people forget about Bulgaria. And then, of course, here you have the terms of service. You can click on that, and it takes you to the web page. And you have the privacy policy, and that takes you to their web page. And then over here you can see the version 3.17.0 35582. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to do the accent, the account. I'm going to click on that. And it says right here, log into Google Play to protect your game progress and play on multiple devices. Now, you can't play on 2 devices at once on the same account because I'll log you out of the other device. But you can either hit start a new game if you're like, screw it, I want to start new. Or you can hit this little option right here. You see this little ribbon to the right? If you click on that, that will take you to your achievements. And I have 10 out of 10 achievements. And like I said, I've been playing this game for an incredibly long time. Gee willikers. I've been playing this for like 6 years now, which is pretty cool. And then you can either sign in with Facebook or you can sign in with your Google. And then at the top is your Ark of War identification number. Now, like I said, I'm going to be blocking that out when I develop stuff because I don't want people to see my stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of a nice, cool way to get yourself all set out. So anyway, where's my little tab thingy? Where are you? Oh, here we are. Oh, 41:41. Okay, so the video is starting to get a little long. But yeah, so I just figured I would, show you guys some of the cool stuff that, about this secondary page. And it's actually really fun to be able to tell you guys about it. Oh, also, here's another little thing. If you scroll away from your Ark, you see this little thing right here pop up. So, it's this little thing that points across the screen. And what happens is that it tells you how many hexagonal points of on the map that you are away from the hexagonal tiles that you are away from your Ark. So if you click on it, it'll automatically snap you back to your Ark instantly. So, it can go on any portion of the screen, and it'll always be there, and it's a really quick way to get back to your Ark in case anything happens. So that way, you won't have to do this, and then do this, and then it takes you back. So if you ever have trouble with that, you can hit this at Ark, and you can go back like that, and it'll take you back to your Ark. It automatically snaps back to your Ark, and that's 2 different ways you can get back to your Ark. Anyway, like I said, guys, this video is starting to get a little long, and I need to process it and, give it to you guys as soon as I can. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and it's been a pleasure to have you guys here, for my video. I hope you guys stay awesome. This has been Sabin Dimitrov, aka Dinsvo the Astro Wolf, coming to you with another fun video of Ark of War explanation, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys stay awesome, and remember, God bless.